Today we're dropping in on the historical coastal town of Pescadero, established in 1856. Just a short 45-minute drive from San Francisco, it is really worth the drive.
很多人从旧金山一路开车下来，就为了找寻某家好吃的面包，真的有这么厉害吗？带你去看看。
This area has great unique antique stores. It's definitely worth the drive.
So we're standing in the heart of Pescadero, right on Stagecoach Road, which used to be the only highway from San Francisco down the coast before Highway 1. And behind us is one of the oldest churches still standing in its original location in all of San Mateo and Santa Clara County. Now this church was built in 1867 and I can't believe it's still here.
哇，我还真的不知道这个 Stage Road 是当初从旧金山到 Pescadero 唯一的一段路，在高速公路1号盖好之前哦。身后的这段建筑呢，从1867年盖好，现在呢是 San Mateo 以及 Santa Clara County 唯一仅存一个原本的建筑物。哎 ，Sammy， 我相信在这里还有更多的历史。
Well, there is so much historical things here to see in Pescadero that we should get right on into it. So we've dropped in on the oldest grocery store in Pescadero, Arcangeli's, and this isn't your typical grocery store. They have some of the best local foods and the best bread I've ever had, and there's no wonder that it's stayed alive since 1929.
哇是啊，如果你来到 Pescadero 的话呢，一定要来到这个 Arcangeli 的杂货铺。这里可不只是一家杂货铺，它的面包非常的出名，而且还有丰富的历史，自1929年呢就在这里存在了。现在就让我们带你一起去了解看看吧。
So I think we're in the most important part of the grocery store. Where are we, Norm?
This is where the magic takes place.
So this is where all the bread's made. Now, how many different types of bread do you make here?
Depending on the time of year, up from 20 to possibly 30 different.
Wow.
原来在这里呢，根据季节的不同，每天可以做出20种甚至高达30几种的面包。而如果你不住在当地的话呢，也可以上网购买哦。
And if your mouth is watering like mine is for this amazing bread, you can actually go online and order it. And what I think's so cool is they undercook the bread just enough so that when you get it at home, you pop it in the oven, turn it on for 10 or 15 minutes, and it'll smell like you're actually here in the kitchen. Thank you for sharing this amazing, amazing place with us, Norm. We're in a very special place here in Pescadero with Norm Benedetti, homegrown here in Pescadero. Norm, you grew up in Pescadero. I don't think anybody knows this area more than you. What was life like growing up in Pescadero in the 30s and 40s?
Oh, it was a neat place to grow up. I mean, we had real freedom. We, as youngsters, weren't afraid to roam the hills. We fished, we hunted, we did anything we wanted to do.
But what I respect and admire about your family is you guys are extremely hard workers and you're always thinking of the next step. And what you've done now is you guys have become a destination spot for bread and your baked goods and your sandwiches. Is that correct?
Yes, that was kind of an accident. We're not bakers. We just learned to bake bread, trial and error, doing a few loaves at a time. We found that people liked it. They kept coming back. We just kept doing more and more and more until we are where we are today. And I think possibly we're still growing.
Well, I think it has something to do, Norm, with that fresh bread coming out of the oven warm and the artichokes melting in your mouth with garlic taste. It's the best bread on the coast, I say.
That's possible. The people have gotten to expect it hot, not just warm. I've had people say, when's the next load coming out? I'll say, I just put one out there. And people will say, well, it's only warm. They want it hot. So we keep doing smaller batches so that it's always coming out hot.
今天我们非常开心可以邀请到Kendry 杂货铺的主人洛蒙来跟我们讲一下他在这边早期的生活。其实这里的早期的生活非常的单纯，他们可以在这边钓鱼啦、打猎啦，甚至在这里享受这个悠闲的乡村生活。那这家杂货铺呢，最著名的就是他们自制的面包。刚才还提到，因为大家非常喜欢这个新鲜出炉的面包，他们甚至是10到15分钟就有一批新鲜出炉的面包，保证每个顾客拿到手上的面包都是热烘烘的。而他们的家族呢是第3代的意大利后裔，因为他们家族的努力工作，还有他们优良的品质，并且保有丰富的当地色彩，让他们的家族企业呢得以流传至今。广告之后，让我们一起去参观这里具有无敌海景的乡村别墅。
The Northern California coast has some of the most amazing real estate in all of California. And if you know anything about coastal real estate in Northern California, you know this man right here, Patrick Ryan. We're so honored to have you here. No one knows the coast better than this guy. And you have an amazing new listing here. Tell us about this property.
This property, Sammy, is a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath home. The bedrooms are all en suite. It's on 30 acres. And it overlooks the historic Pigeon Point Lighthouse and the Pacific Ocean.
今天呢，我们非常开心在房地产单元呢，请到这个北加州海岸著名的房地产经纪人 Patrick Ryan， 他给我们介绍了这一栋别墅，其实可以让我们在其他节目里面的别墅真是相形见绌，因为这栋别墅的占地本身就高达31亩，而整个呢坐落在山区，瞭望整个太平洋海岸哦。而房子本身有非常多的细节，像是我们身后的这道门呢，就是完全的红木实木大门，它是高达2500年历史的红木做成的哦。那今天呢，我们要带你去看看呢更多房子的细节。
So shall we go in?
Let's take a look.
Awesome. After you.
这栋眺望海景的别墅，建地面积将近有30公亩，室内生活空间则是有3200尺，总共有3个卧房、3.5个卫浴，而客厅则是采用挑高天花板的设计。
Patrick, this is a really nice kitchen. Tell us about the features.
This is a remarkable kitchen if you cook, if you entertain, and the owners of this home do both. You see lots of stonework. We have limestone cabinets. It's actually a limestone sink. You have professional grade quality of appliances throughout the house. But one of my favorite features is this solid piece of river rock, which has actually been carved out through the middle, chiseled it, got it going, wood fireplace. You can actually cook in this.
So that's one piece of stone.
One piece of stone.
Wow.
哇，如果你喜欢煮菜的话，你一定会喜欢这个厨房，因为这个厨房完全是根据专业厨师的标准去打造的。不仅有来自德国的精工家电，最重要的呢是这个火炉。你可以看到这个火炉，它其实是一大块的石头整个切割而成的，而且是用真的木材去做这个火炉的。Sammy， 我想要烤一些 marshmallow。
Well, you could cook marshmallows there if we had more time, but this house has lots more to see, so let's go. Wow, the detail's amazing in this room, Patrick.
It's unique. The large, spacious room with the raised ceilings. The wood in this room is just tremendous, and of course you've got the plaster on the walls throughout.
Wow.
But the walls of glass look out onto the ocean and the lighthouse. You have the solid lodge pole from the northwest. You have the floor, which is pine of heart, a tree grown on the East Coast, used mostly for barns at the time, but it's 250 years old. And the owners selected all of the pieces of the ceiling, solid pieces of wood. It's unique and just incredible.
这个客厅呢真的是非常的惊人，站在这边不仅可以看到整个太平洋漂亮的海岸线，这个客厅最特别呢就是它挑高的屋顶，然后它的地板整个都是实木做成的，这个地板可是250年高龄从东岸运来的木材制成，更不用说这个柱子啊是整颗实木做成的。
So Patrick, is there more to this house?
Oh, there's a tremendous amount of this house. I hope you get to see it all today.
Awesome. Well, let's go, Caitlin.
Sammy， 我没想到说这么传统的小木屋建筑里面，竟然它的浴室这么的现代，这么的摩登耶。
Well, part of the beauty of this house is how the homeowner has incorporated natural elements with modern elements. Just like they put this marble countertop on the vanity here, but this is really fun. I think everybody should have this. This is a retractable vanity, and not only should everybody have this, but they should have the amazing products inside.
I know, I love that.
So we're here with our lending expert, Risha Kilaru from Prospect Mortgage. Risha, thank you for being here today.
Always a pleasure to be here with you, Sammy.
So Risha, when I'm reviewing offers on my listings, how do I explain the difference to my sellers between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval?
A pre-approval letter may require a little more time and planning to obtain, but it will be well worth your effort in the long run. With the Prospect pre-approval, you'll be a more confident buyer and a better negotiator who will command the respect and attention of sellers. Just as important, your pre-approval letter will help you focus on homes in your price range and help you close faster when you found that perfect property.
Risha, thank you for explaining the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. Most buyers don't understand what that is. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here, Sammy.
If 下段节目让我们去品尝这里的知名料理吧。
If you can't tell, living in Pescadero is truly a lifestyle. Carol, thank you for letting us showcase your amazing coastal property. Now, you've lived here since the 70s, or you've owned property here since the 70s. Why Pescadero?
Once I landed here, I just knew that this is where I needed to be. There's something about it. People come from all over the world, and this is where they end up. It's got a great combination of privacy and yet it's very heterogeneous and very welcoming. It's just awesome.
Not to mention it's right on the water.
It's right on the water. You're 45 miles from San Francisco. It's just the best of all worlds.
Now, where were you when you decided, I want to own property here?
I was at the bar at Duart's Tavern. I said,
Really?
This is it. Absolutely.
So we've heard that is the place to be.
That's the place to be. You need to go have a drink.
是啊，就如同这个美丽的别墅女主人 Carol 跟我们说的 ，Pescadero 真的是一个非常特别的小镇。不仅说是它优美的风景，住在这里呢，坐山望海，而且更特别的是，镇里的人们呢都非常的热心，而且关怀大家。哎，他刚才说到，他做这个决定住在这个 Pescadero 是在一家叫 Duart's 的吧 ？Sammy， 我觉得我们应该去那边看一看哎。
Well, it worked out for Carol because in 1973 she had a drink and all of a sudden she owned beautiful land. So maybe we'll get lucky too. Let's go.
Okay.
So we've taken Carol's advice and we've dropped in on Pescadero's only tavern. And we have with us Tim, who's been in the family that's owned this restaurant for 4 generations. Tim, this bar has a lot of history. Tell us about this place.
Well, it started in 1894. We have the original bar behind us, and we operated as a bar only until Prohibition, and then started serving food in 1935.
Wow.
Started as a very small, what they call a soda fountain, ice cream parlor type thing. Then we started expanding the menu, got into seafood in a big way, and the famous artichoke dishes.
Now, I was told back in the early 1900s, Pescadero almost burned down to the ground. But you said this was the original back bar.
It is. It is the original. They got it out during the fire. The other side of town was the one side that was burning the most. So they thought it was coming this way. They got the bar out and saved it.
So is it safe to say people living at that time thought the bar in Pescadero was the most important thing to save?
I think it's pretty obvious the bar is always important.
Always
Definitely.
important.
那我们今天呢，就来到这个 Duart's。其实呢，它在1894年的时候就已经开幕了。那当初呢，作为镇上唯一的酒吧，生意当然是非常好的。但是禁酒令之后，他们就休息了一阵子，直到1935年的时候，他们重新回来，并且呢加入餐厅。现在呢，以他们知名的海鲜料理，还有他们独特的酒吧料理呢闻名。
So Tim, we heard you guys are famous for Bloody Marys.
That's right. We do.
Could you show us some of your secrets?
Oh, absolutely.
So we're behind the historical bar, and Tim's gonna show us his signature drink here at the bar, which is the Bloody Mary. So Tim, tell us the secret.
Secret, handmade, made to order. Definitely.
Handmade and made to order.
So, ice. Always vodka unless requested something different. Celery salt, black pepper, hot sauce. Crystal's the best because it's not too overpowering. A few dashes, 1 swirl of Worcestershire. Tomato, pure California tomato juice. Nothing, not cut with anything. Always finished off with a hand-grown pickled green bean.
Wow.
And a lime.
Okay, that took less than a minute. There's no pre-made mixed sauce, juice rather. It's all handmade in less than a minute. May I?
Sure, it's all yours.
Mmm.
Wow, I wish I could drink, but I feel I want something else.
Well, you know what? We're at the right place because not only is this the greatest bar in town, but it's one of the best restaurants in town with some of the best seafood. So shall we go?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you,
Okay,
Tim.
all right, we're moving.
所以享受完这个新鲜的血腥玛丽之后呢，现在我们来到餐厅了。Tim， 你可以跟我们讲一下桌上的这几道料理是什么吗？
We're serving 3 of our famous dishes here at the moment. We make 4 soups every day. Soup of the day is excellent, but our 2 famous items are cream of green chili and cream of artichoke, which is demanded by customers in a half and half mixed form. It's 50-50. We also have crab chipino, which we're extremely famous for. And it's a beautiful Dungeness crab dish with a light red tomato sauce for the sauce, not a spaghetti sauce. And then to finish it all off, we have our famous Olala berry pie, which is a direct result of my grandmother's recipes and her efforts. She started making pies in 1963 or something.
So Tim, is it safe to say this is the best place to come for a drink in town? But make sure you save room for the pie because this is Grandma Emma's famous pie that she's known all over the Bay for. Tim, thank you for letting us come and taste the tasty food and of course have a great drink. Now that we've seen where to eat and where to drink in this town, Sandeep's going to show you a great place where you can buy furniture made right here in Pescadero.
想要自己设计家具吗？广告回来告诉你要怎么样完成定制家具的梦想。
Caitlin, you know how hard it is to find stuff that is made in America anymore.
真的呢，在美国本土制造的东西已经越来越少了。
Today we're in a store called Made in Pescadero where all the furniture pieces are made locally here.
哇，真的吗？美国本土制造的家具，我等不及想要去瞧一瞧了。我们走吧。
Yes, girl? We are here with the owners of the store, Kim and Ken. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Tell us, why Made in Pescadero? What is it?
Well, we make our furniture here. I couldn't think of a better name. A lot of the local artists showcase their goods here. I thought Made in Pescadero was a good name, and it's worked out really great for us. It's very nice to be able to just walk 500 feet down the street, craft our goods, and greet people all weekend long. My 3 generations of my family have summer homes here. And then I moved here full-time in the middle of my high school. And so I graduated high school here. I was conceived here.
Huh.
As,
Are you sure?
as the story goes. And so I think I'm made in Pescadero also.
You are Made in Pescadero.
今天我们非常开心来到这家家具店，它其实是一家客制化的家具店 ，Made in Pescadero。那其实呢，刚才主人看跟我们说，他们这边呢，大部分的家具就是他们自己设计的，或者说当地的艺术家。那他们当初在想这个名字的时候，觉得没有什么名字，就选了这个特别的名字。我想要问问这个女主人 Kimberly 哦，当初你们设计这些家具的时候，你们的灵感、你们的 inspiration 是从哪里来的呢？
Well, most of our pieces are sort of a classic design. We love the craftsman, mission, shaker style, but because we live in California and there's a wealth of talent, there's a whole realm of infused talent in our pieces. So not only do we offer a real traditional style, we also offer one-of-a-kind pieces because the artists are so talented here on the coast. We focus on local artists and they bring in pieces that we just could never replicate. But we also are custom a gallery. We're a working gallery, so you can actually bring in sketches of a piece that you want. You can combine the styles that we have on the floor. When you see our art on the floor, truly the possibilities are endless on your custom work. We are absolutely a working gallery. We encourage people to come in with their ideas, and we build right upstairs. We use a lot of local resources. We're all about sort of the grassroots efforts to keep our product local. And
Well, I can't wait to see your designs.
Oh, good.
Can we see?
Yes, please.
There's so many unique pieces in this furniture store. My favorite is this bed. Tell me, what is the story behind it?
Well, I was asked to design the first bed to fit a new mattress size called the San Francisco King. The mattress is 7 foot by 7 foot. Since San Francisco is 7 miles by 7 miles,
Whoa!
it's an appropriate name for the
It
bed.
is.
So I had a lot of fun making a new design for the San Francisco King. I went with a little bit more contemporary design. San Francisco's a more contemporary place than Pescadero is.
在我身后的这张床，它非常的特别，因为它当初呢是受到要求，为了一个新的床垫尺寸 San Francisco King 来设计的。那这个尺寸呢是7×7英尺，为什么呢？因为旧金山是7×7英里哦。
Also, I love the footboard. Tell me, what is it?
Well, this is an especially fun part of the bed. I had a few pieces of wood lying around to give you an example of what you can do if you just try to use a few odds and ends. I incorporated these 3 pieces into the footboard, which creates a very nice negative space. And the live edge, the raw edge on these pieces is very attractive, and it's a very good contrast with the contemporary design of the bed.
Kim, it's such a beautiful piece. What is it?
Well, this is a great example of a wood sculpture done by our friend Sid Dunton. It's called the Cubes. And basically what it is you'll see a lot of marquetry in this woodwork and these cubes attached on. This is called a blistered pecan wood. So it's really, truly one of a kind here in our gallery.
今天回到家具店，真是让我觉得好像回到小时候，因为基本上呢，我小时候就是在家具工厂长大的。
If you're looking for a unique piece that is made by hand and with love, please stop by at Made in Pescadero.
After dropping in on Pescadero, we hope you love this town as much as we do. It's almost like this little town has been preserved in time.
In design, we see character. Pescadero defines it.
1号的公路呢，以它优美的风景著名，但没想到这边有个这么可爱的小镇。有空的话呢，不妨来走走吧。
As always, stay tuned for next week when we'll be dropping in on yet another great place in the Bay.